When you open your mouth, the world doesn't just hear your words. It hears your mind, it hears your habits, it hears your maturity, it hears your growth. Most people don't realize this. They talk without thinking. They respond without reflection. They speak to impress, not to express. But the wise, they operate differently. Their words carry weight because their silence carries depth. And today, you're going to learn how to speak like that. How to speak like someone who has mastered themselves. How to speak like a wise man. If you want people to respect you, trust you, listen to you, then don't start by learning how to talk. Start by learning how to pause. It is in the pause where wisdom is created. A wise man does not rush into conversations. He doesn't speak out of ego. He doesn't react emotionally. He breathes, he thinks, he observes, and then, only then, he speaks with clarity and power. Most people speak for attention. The wise speak for intention. If you want to speak like a wise man, first understand this: not every thought deserves to become a word. Not every emotion deserves to be expressed. Not every argument deserves your participation. You are not supposed to respond to everything. Sometimes silence is intelligence. Sometimes silence is strength. Sometimes silence is the loudest message. Wise speech begins with self-control. When someone provokes you, pause. When someone disagrees with you, stay calm. When someone misunderstands you, don't fight immediately. Your job is not to win every debate. Your job is to maintain your peace. The person who cannot control their tongue cannot control their life, but the one who masters his words masters his destiny. A wise man listens 10 times more than he speaks. Because listening is not weakness, listening is awareness, listening is power. Listening helps you understand people, situations, motives, patterns. When you speak less, you observe more, and when you observe more, you understand better. And when you understand better, you speak with clarity, not confusion. Remember this: the louder someone speaks, the weaker they often feel. The quieter someone becomes, the more powerful they often are. Strength does not need volume. Wisdom does not need shouting. When you're truly confident, your words become calm, steady, intentional. When you speak, choose your words like you're planting seeds, because every word you speak affects someone's heart, someone's mood, someone's day. Wise speech lifts others. Wise speech inspires. Wise speech comforts. Wise speech teaches. Wisdom is not about sounding smart. It's about being useful, being meaningful, being impactful. Here's something most people don't realize. If your mind is chaotic, your speech will also be chaotic. If your heart is noisy, your words will also be noisy. Speaking like a wise man begins long before the moment you open your mouth. It starts with inner peace. It starts with emotional balance. It starts with maturity. If you want calm words, build a calm life. If you want strong words, build a strong mind. If you want wise words, build wise habits. Wise speech also means humility. A wise man admits when he is wrong. He apologizes without ego. He learns from others. He understands that everyone he meets knows something he doesn't. He doesn't talk to show superiority. He talks to create understanding. Wisdom grows when ego shrinks. Be careful about the conversations you join. A wise man avoids gossip. He avoids negativity. He avoids drama. He avoids useless arguments. He doesn't waste his words on people who don't want to understand. He doesn't waste his energy explaining to those committed to misunderstanding him. He saves his words for the right people, the right moments, the right reasons. And here's another truth. A wise man does not talk about everything he plans. He builds in silence and reveals only when it's time, because real strength grows in quiet places. When you talk too much about your goals, you lose focus, you lose discipline, you lose energy. Speak less. Work more. Let your actions become your language. Wise speech also comes from compassion. It is not just about sounding intelligent. It is about making people feel seen, heard, valued. A wise man understands the power of kindness. He understands that a gentle word can heal a heart. A respectful tone can prevent a fight. A soft response can calm a storm. He knows that wisdom and compassion are twins. You cannot have one without the other. When you speak, speak with purpose, speak with calmness, speak with depth, speak with strength, speak with awareness. Let your words reflect your journey. Let your speech reveal your character. Let every conversation remind the world that you are someone who has mastered yourself. But more importantly, speak like a wise man to yourself. The inner voice you use matters more than the outer one. Speak to yourself with strength, not doubt. Speak to yourself with clarity, not confusion. Speak to yourself with belief, not fear. The person who talks wisely to himself will naturally talk wisely to others. Now listen carefully, because this part can change your life forever. Before you speak, ask yourself 3 questions. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If the answer is no, don't speak. If the answer is yes, speak gently. And if the answer is powerful, speak confidently. A wise man never speaks out of anger. He waits until the fire cools, then responds with maturity. A wise man never speaks to win. He speaks to understand. A wise man never speaks to impress. He speaks to express truth. A wise man never speaks more than he needs to, because he knows the strongest messages are often the shortest. Do you want people to respect you? Speak wisely. Do you want people to trust you? Speak consistently. Do you want people to follow you? Speak truthfully. Do you want to influence the world? Speak purposefully. Because your words are not just sounds. They are tools, they are weapons, they are medicine. Every wise person you admire learned one skill above all: the maturity of speech. You don't need to be highly educated to speak like a wise man. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need fancy vocabulary. All you need is intention, awareness, calmness, and control. Start observing people before responding to them. Start thinking before speaking. Start pausing before reacting. Start listening before answering. Start understanding before judging. When someone disrespects you, respond with calmness, not because they deserve calmness, but because you deserve peace. When someone argues loudly, speak softly, not because you are weak, but because you are wise. When someone tries to pull you into negativity, protect your energy, not because you want to avoid people, but because you want to protect your growth. You become wise the moment you stop letting your tongue control your life and start letting your mind guide it. Life will test you. People will trigger you. Situations will challenge your composure. But if you can stay calm, steady, thoughtful, and intentional, you will rise above the noise. Wisdom is the art of being unshakable, and your speech is the proof of that wisdom. Every day, practice speaking slower. Practice choosing better words. Practice staying silent when silence is powerful. Practice expressing yourself without arrogance. Practice responding instead of reacting. Practice lifting others with your speech. Practice turning heated moments into peaceful ones. Practice talking like someone who is in control of their life. This is how leaders speak. This is how mentors speak. This is how sages speak. This is how wise men speak. And now it's your turn. You have everything you need inside you already. You have lived, you have suffered, you have learned, you have grown. Now it's time to let your speech reflect your evolution. Speak like someone who has healed. Speak like someone who has learned. Speak like someone who knows their value. Speak like someone who refuses to be dragged into shallow conversations. Speak like someone whose presence demands respect even in silence. From this day forward, promise yourself one thing: your words will be intentional, your tone will be calm, your message will be meaningful, your silence will be powerful. You will speak like a wise man, because you are becoming one. And now, Your call to action today: choose one conversation, just one, and in that conversation, practice wisdom, pause before you speak, think before you react, listen before you answer, observe before you judge, show respect even when others don't, use fewer words but use stronger ones, speak not to impress but to express truth, strength, and clarity. Do this once, then do it again tomorrow, then again the next day, and soon people will feel the difference. They will notice your calmness, your clarity, your maturity. They will feel the weight of your words. They will see the transformation inside you. And eventually, they will say, "This person speaks like a wise man." And you will know that you created that version of yourself. You built it, you earned it, you lived it. Modify yourself. Transform your speech. Transform your life. Your wisdom begins now.